What if we could build the ultimate modern day smartphone that is inspired by icons of the past? Welcome to Inspirations, and in today's episode we're covering this bad boy from 2010. This is the Nokia N8 and it has a special place in my heart. It combined excellent hardware with a very practical and powerful software. So what kind of lessons can we take from the Nokia N8 that we could implement in our ideal modern smartphone? And to get to that, we first need to talk about what makes the N8 so iconic. And of course, because it's an old school Nokia, we have to start with the tank-like build quality. The body of the phone is made out of anodized aluminum and it feels solid and almost indestructible in the hand. I wouldn't call the N8 beautiful, but I really do appreciate the utilitarian and very functional design. It's kind of like an engineer's idea of beautiful. The phone came out in 5 different colors, including this green, alongside orange, blue, silver, and black. And later on it even got a brown and a purple version. It had a really nice screen, a 3.5-inch AMOLED display, though it wasn't the most pixel dense for its time. And its camera was amazing. In fact, you can still take excellent pictures in good lighting conditions from this camera even today. We're talking about a really large 12 megapixel sensor with Carl Zeiss optics, an ND filter and xenon flash. I would say it was the best camera phone of its time. And being a part of Nokia's N series also means that it was a multimedia beast. From its massive camera, to its really loud backfiring speaker, to it having excellent headphone jack quality, and it coming with 16 gigabytes of internal storage and SD card support. So it definitely had it all to be a proper multimedia beast. So it was kind of like the Swiss Army knife of multimedia. The phone even had a mini HDMI port at the top in case you wanted to connect it to an external display. You know, in case you wanted to show off those 12 megapixel images, the slick 720p video at 25 frames per second, or even put on a PowerPoint presentation for work. And what also helped immensely was the software. The N8 was the first device to come with Symbian 3, which was Nokia's touchscreen implementation of Symbian, and was supposed to be a huge step up from Symbian, a 65th edition that came out on the N97. It later got updated to Symbian Anna and then to Symbian Belle, which is what I have running on my N8. Initially, the user experience was quite lacking compared to Android and iOS, but there was always zero doubt about Symbian's efficiency and its versatility. It ran so well on any kind of hardware, and even being a multitasking beast. In the case of the N9, it only had 256 megabytes of RAM, but still was running circles around its competition when it comes to multitasking. Also, because Symbian had a lot of time to properly develop, it had excellent support for multimedia functionality that was baked in. Like a really powerful camera app that had a lot of customization options, an excellent photo and video gallery, and a top-notch music player. And it even supported more formats than you can even think of. And Symbian Belle, even though it was quite late to the party, is, in my opinion, severely underrated. I really liked using it, even though I didn't think it was perfect. It's easy to use, fairly smooth, and offers plenty of customization. But once again, it seems to have been designed with practicality in mind, in order to help people transition from buttons to using a touchscreen. This opposed to something like Migo Harmattan, which was designed as a touchscreen first operating system from the ground up. And Symbian Belle even brought some much needed eye candy to Symbian when it comes to the transitions and the things that you could do. Sadly though, by the time that Symbian was updated to offer a competitive enough user experience compared to iOS and Android, Nokia had already abandoned it in favor of Windows Phone. But that's a story for another day. Now, nostalgia aside, what kind of principles would I take from the Nokia N8 that I would implement in my perfect smartphone? Number one would have to be the non-addictive software. So yes, Symbian was criticized for not having enough eye candy at the time, but I do appreciate how practical the software is and that it was designed to kind of get you doing things you need to do on the phone quickly and then being back into the real world. Number 2 would be the solid, sturdy hardware that I'm not too worried about breaking in case I drop by accident. It's one of those things that we just don't experience these days on almost any phone, with a few exceptions like the XR series, for example. But it's something that I really appreciate about a phone like the N8. It feels like a tank, it's built like a tank, and it can withstand almost anything. Number 3 would be a phone that is offered in multiple color options, and I don't just mean black and white or black, white, and one interesting color. So the N8 had plenty of interesting colors, and it even came out with more interesting colors later, 7 in total. Number 4 is having good multimedia capabilities, such as having really loud loudspeakers as an example, as well as good software support for multimedia features. Number 5, and that's going back to the software, I would love to have software that is as power efficient as Symbian and with a focus on privacy too. We took this for granted, but Symbian wasn't built to try and sell you ads or get all your data or understand your usage patterns in order to sell that information to advertisers. You know, it's software, not malware. Number 6 is hardware related, but I really love having a slider to unlock and lock the phone. It's just not something that you can do by accident, so you'll never have to worry about unlocking your phone in your pocket. And also it feels quite intentional. So when you want to use your phone, you have to do this physical activity and then you're good to go. And the final point is having just one, but really high quality camera that is quite reliable, dependable, and can take excellent pictures. This solution any day over having 500 cameras that do absolutely useless things with mediocre quality all around. And I think for most people, one solid camera is enough, depending on the price point, of course. So these are the things that I love about the Nokia N8 that I would implement in my own smartphone. I'd love to hear from you. What do you love about the Nokia N8? And what kind of features would you take from this phone that you would implement in your perfect smartphone? Share with me in the comments down below. For more nostalgia content, check out this video here, or for my latest HMD Skyline long-term review, you can check this video here. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.